friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I am going to be putting together a project using the current Stories by the Month kit from Ali Edwards. So the kit I'm using is the April 2021 themed kit, and really what I wanted to take inspiration from on this spread were the big, large cork circles. So the kit came with, I think there are 9 total. So there were 3 of the really large size, 3 of a medium size, and I believe 3 of the smallest size as well. So I felt like these were going to be the hardest item for me to actually use up this month. So I really dug deep to come up with some ideas that I could use these on. Now, if you have not seen my unboxing and project planning video, I will link that up at the eye for you so you can actually see all of the projects that I have prepared or that I have planned to create using this kit this month. So that will be an interesting watch for you if you haven't seen it already. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is putting together a 6x8 spread that will be 2 pages, so 2 6x8, and both of them are going to have the divided 3x4 pockets. So there'll be 4 3x4s. Here's kind of a rough sketch of what we're working on. And I'm going to be using these cork pieces as titles. So my plan is to grab some acrylic paints here and to actually do some painting on these so I can use the back sides instead of the front side. And we're going to go from there. So I'm hoping that this is going to work out the way I see it in my head. We shall see when we get to the end. And yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to put you on fast forward, get to work on this, and we'll just go ahead and dive right in. All right, so getting started on this spread for today, the first thing I'm going to do is put together this insert piece. Now, this is just a 6x4 journaling card that has the sentiment on it, always make time for the things that make you feel most alive, which was honestly the jumping off point for this entire spread because I wanted to really hone in on what are some of the things that we love so much and the things that make us feel most alive. So I adhered the journaling card to the back of a 4x6 photo. That's just a family photo we took out when we were playing in the snow one day in our backyard. And then at the bottom of that photo, I'm adding a chipboard piece that says, "So thankful for this." So this is just going to go in between the 2 pocket pages. I'm going to use my template here to hole punch it. I sometimes will use the 6-hole punch, and sometimes I just use my power punch. The power punch has a little bit bigger of a hole on it, which makes things a tad bit easier to turn in the album. I do wish that the 6-hole punch that they were just a little bit bigger, but they're fine. They still work. Now that I have the insert done, we're going to work on these cork circles. So I grabbed out a roll of washi tape that, I have a few rolls of washi tape that I don't actually use as decorative washi tape. I use them for things like this, where I want to do some painting or maybe I want to stick 2 cards together or something like that, where it's not, I'm just not going to use it to decorate a page. So I'm going to use it more functionally as just some tape that's not super sticky. So I added a strip across those cork circles at the halfway mark. And then I stuck that down onto a piece of plain paper so that I had a little bit of wiggle room in case I got some paint on my surface, that it was just going to be on a piece of paper that I could throw away. And I do. So it just lets me do this a little bit more carelessly, which is not a bad thing. So I chose 4 colors, and this is what's kind of nice about customizing these pieces for yourself, is that you are not limited to the colors that come in the kit. The colors in this April kit are very pastel and very spring, and they're beautiful, but in our photos, we're wearing super bright colors. So I wanted to create these circles that had those super bright colors on it. So I have blue, yellow, red, and green. And I did put some extra coats on the other ones. That blue one only needed 1 coat, and then the rest of them needed a couple of coats. Once I had all of them painted up and the paint was dry, then I grabbed those again, and we're going to stick that piece of washi. This helps me to cut a straight line here across the middle of the cork going the opposite direction. So that way each half has you know, a half that's painted and a half that's not painted. And these are going to go at the top of my photo and at the bottom of my journaling, and they're going to connect the journaling to the photo. So for those journaling cards in Photoshop, I just set up a 3x4 canvas and then added my 5 things to each of those. I asked everyone in our family, you know, what do you love to do? What makes you feel most alive? And had them give me 5 things, and that is what I added to those journaling cards. Then I also added my initial, so I've got the K up there because I'm working on the picture of me, but everybody's initial is going to go on the cork piece at the top of the photo. And then on the cork piece at the bottom of the photo, I grabbed out these gold puffy stickers from Allie's Storytelling Basics collection, and I'm adding our ages to the bottom. Now, to attach the cork pieces, I decided to use some score tape. I just felt like that would be a little bit more secure, and I wouldn't have to worry about my roller tape maybe taking off pieces of the cork. Sometimes that can happen just depending on the stickiness of your tape. So I figured, you know, that would be a safer way to add these onto the photos and onto those journaling cards. I did put the circle at the top up a little bit more. So you'll see that I will add it on there and then cut off a portion because I just didn't want it to cover up so much of my photo. Also, when I was editing my photos, I really tried to crop them in such a way that the sky at the top took up more space than, you know, than normally I would have, because I knew I was going to add these on here. So, you know, if I had made our faces much more centered, then those cork pieces would have interfered with our faces, and that's not what I wanted. So that completes the first one here. You know, next we've got, I did 2 of the other ones, I believe, and we're just working on this yellow one. The yellow one took me a second to get it to dry because I had to put a ton of coats on it. So just be aware that the lighter color of acrylic paint that you're using, the more coats you're going to have to put on these pieces. But this should be the last one. This one's going on Aaron's. So we're going to just stick the circle down there. We're going to add on his age. Aaron's a little bit younger than me. And even though Aaron is younger than me, I believe I still put him first. That it just, for whatever reason, it just made sense in my mind for it to go, you know, Aaron and then me and then Izzy and then Jonah. Also, I didn't mean to, but when I added the cork pieces, you'll see when I pull everything back over that for Aaron's picture and my picture, the paint is on the right side. And for Izzy's picture and Jonah's picture, the paint is on the left side. I would have preferred to alternate them, so to have, you know, mine be on the right and Aaron's be on the left, and then Izzy's be on the right and Jonah's be on the left, so that we could, you know, kind of point them towards each other, I suppose, on each side of the page. But luckily I caught it in time so that I didn't have just one way and all the other ones the other way. So I feel like it still turned out really nice. All right, friends. So that completes this spread for today. This turned out so good. Like I was a little worried at the beginning there. I took a risk by taking these cork pieces and painting them and trying to do something a little bit different with them. And I am so excited that this came out the way I wanted it to. So excited. So this will go into my album just like this. And then this card here that's got the photo and the chipboard on the back will just go directly into my album in between. So you can take this out and see the spread with all 4 of us, and it is so cute. I love this. I am obsessed with this right now. And then you can put this in there, and this gives you the title and the context to the journaling, because it says, you know, always find time for the things that make you feel happy to be alive. And the 5 things that each of us have here are the things that make us feel the most me, or the most us. That's what I asked everybody. I said, what are the things that you love to do and the things that make you feel most like you? So for me, I said spending time at my craft table and telling stories, planning anything and everything I possibly can, going outside for fresh air, tasting new craft beer with Aaron and discussing them, snuggling on the couch with a really good book. So the 5 things that's not the only 5 things, but 5 things that make me feel the most me. So I did that for everybody here, and just, man, I'm just so pleased with this. So I hope that you have enjoyed seeing this process come together, this page come together, and feel inspired to maybe take some of your products and use them in different ways than they were originally intended, because, you know, that totally worked for me. So it's just a really fun exercise of how can I take this item and make it work for me instead of me working for it. I don't know, just a question to ask yourself. If you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see all of my future content. And also, if you hit the bell, then you'll be notified anytime that I post a video. There's that functionality to you if you wish. I will be back again next week with my regularly scheduled content, so I will see you guys on Monday with my next story project. Until then, I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.